What's going on, Hammer Zone? This is Eric Rhodes, Director of Performance. Today I want to talk about nutritional priorities. Just a disclaimer, I am not a registered dietitian, so if you're someone who has an eating disorder or something like that, this might not be the right thing for you to follow. So when looking at nutritional priorities, there's 5 priorities that I follow when I'm putting together a diet plan for myself. The first one on our list is calories in, calories out. This is the most important part of putting together a diet plan. If you're trying to gain weight, you need to be making sure you're bringing in more calories than you're burning. If you're trying to lose weight, you need to be burning more calories than you're taking in. This is probably 50% of the equation right there. If you have that dialed in, you're already off to a really good start. Second on the list of nutritional priorities is macronutrients. So the macronutrients that we're looking at is protein, carbohydrates, and fat, in that order, with protein being the most important one. Protein is the building block of muscle here. And when you're looking about how much protein that you should have, we usually typically recommend 1 gram per pound of body weight. From a carbohydrate standpoint, right, if you're an athlete that's doing a lot of volume, maybe you're a soccer player or a lacrosse athlete, probably 3 grams per pound of body weight of carbohydrates. If you're a baseball player that's kind of a little bit more in a steady state when they're playing, you can probably get away with 2 grams per pound of body weight if you're not having a ton of volume of your training, right? And then the final macronutrient is fats or lipids. So I look at fats as more like a calorie buffer here. Say that you have to hit like a 4,000 calorie total and you get 3,000 calories from protein and carbohydrates, you can get the rest of that from good fats, right? That can be polyunsaturated fat, monounsaturated fat. You get that from olive oil, nut butters, variety of nuts and things like that, fish, avocados. So the third nutritional priority is nutrient timing. You want to get a lot of carbohydrates around training. Say you're having a workout about an hour away, right? We want to have simple carbohydrates, right? That can be a banana, that can be a Cliff Bar, something that's easily digestible. And then during your workout, you want to have a lot of carbohydrates. Well, that's why they make things like sports drinks like Gatorade, Powerade. And we do during that time also want a dose of protein as you're working out. Once you finish training, this is the time when you really want to have a ton of carbohydrates, right? You really want to refuel your glycogen stores and things like that. Someone who has a sweet tooth, right? Chocolate milk is also a really good recovery drink. The reason why it's a good recovery drink, it's 3 parts carb, the 1 part protein, and that has been kind of the recommendation for a recovery drink, right? Either 3 to 4 parts carbohydrates to 1 part protein. Those are really simple carbohydrates. It's easy for your body to absorb them, and it also helps with the transfer of protein to your muscles. The fourth nutritional priority is food composition, right? So when we're looking at food composition, we're looking at grade A proteins such as milk, whey protein, casein protein, chicken, beef, and things like that. Grade A carbohydrates, stuff that has very good nutritional value. If you're an athlete, right, that's a small part of the equation. If you're someone who's not an athlete, definitely a bigger portion, but as an athlete, you can get away with having lesser food composition. And our final nutritional priority is supplements. Supplements that I recommend are a whey protein. So it's a fast digesting protein, really good to have after working out. A casein protein, which is a slow digesting protein that is really good before bed because it keeps you anabolic during sleep for about 5 to 7 hours. Third supplement I would recommend is caffeine. Caffeine is a really good supplement to have before workouts. You can get that just by having regular coffee. And the fourth supplement that I would recommend would be like a carbohydrate powder, like a Gatorade powder, Powerade powder, or even just a generic Gatorade or Powerade. The last supplement that I would recommend is creatine. Creatine is one of those few supplements that actually really works that I would highly recommend for an athlete that is trying to put on muscle as well as put on weight. First couple weeks, it's a little bit of water weight and then it transfers over into more muscle. Don't be afraid of that. Creatine is a great supplement, and those are my 5 supplements. If you're looking for more information on this, please reach out to us at info@hammerzonesports.com, and always at Hammer Zone, better your game.